What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little bit different to usual. Today I'm going to be recapping and talking you guys through a trade that I took this week. Made about $280 on something like that. And yeah, I'm going to be telling you guys how I got there, why I took this trade, how you guys can take these trades, and yeah, let's talk through it. We're currently on Thursday, and this was on Tuesday. I took this trade. I just wanted to speak through this trade because it's a perfect setup with the model that I use. So let's have a look at the 4-hour. So at the time on the 4-hour, as you can see, we're down here where the sell side liquidity is. This right here is all-time highs. This was my draw on liquidity, it was all-time highs. And then we were inside this 4-hour fair value gap here. So I was wanting to take a long out of this fair value gap. So that's what I was looking for, a long out of this 4-hour fair value gap, back up to all-time highs. So if we come down to the 5-minute, as you can see, we had this candle at 155. We had a massive wick at either side. I'm not sure if these were news candles. I'm not exactly sure what there was. I'm not sure if Trump said something. But when we've got massive candles like this, they tend to be a very strong draw on liquidity because just basically because of the amount of orders that are placed at the top and bottom of these massive wicks. There's a lot of orders resting there, so they are pretty strong draw on liquidity. So I don't usually trade the PM session, so I had a look at the charts. I thought, let's see what's going on in the charts, and I think I was seeing this liquidity being swept, and I was thinking, right, so we're inside this massive imbalance to the left. We've ran this low of the two strong draws on liquidity, so you would never trade in between this zone here, in this zone here between this high and this low. You'd never trade in between that because it's too 50-50. You'd wait for one to be swept and target the other. And obviously, with the low being swept first and my bias being bullish, that was much better. So I could target this high. So I waited to see what happened because we had this massive 3-minute gap. I cycled through the time frames. As you can see, we had the 2-minute gap as well, pretty much the same, just a little bit smaller. A little tip for my strategy: if you do watch my videos and you know my strategy, if not, watch my videos. You want to be looking for the time frame with the most obvious singular gap on, and then taking it on that time frame. Now this is where it becomes a little bit based on conviction. You can see here we have a tiny 5-minute there. However, with my conviction on this trade and how much we blasted through this obvious 5-minute and our reaction off of sell side liquidity, with my screen time, I know that this is still a really good setup. Despite that, I'd have still been happy to take a loss on this trade. So let's get into the actual entry. So we've swept sell side liquidity, we've got this 3-minute bearish fair value gap, and we've got this strong draw on liquidity, which is what we're looking for, which is what you call an abnormal wick. I'm not going to call it a data wick or a news wick because we don't know that for a fact. It's just high. We know there's orders resting there, so it's a strong draw on liquidity. So I entered on this candle close exactly. My executions are actually perfect. I'll pull my executions up on MNQ in a second, but make sure you're doing all your analysis on NQ and executing on MNQ. So my risk was 250, so I was entering 8 contracts on 20 for a $240 risk if it did lose. I think I had a hard stop at this absolute low just in case. Obviously, if you don't know my model, I'm going to leave a card in the top right. Watch my strategy video so you got a much better understanding. So it wasn't a huge risk reward, it was only 1.34, but there's this massive myth in trading that you need to catch 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s. You don't. This strategy has about an 80% win rate. A 1R on average is absolutely fine. So I've entered on this candle close here, and this has been my target. I took half of my position off here, just in case we reversed, and I took full take profit at that wick. I also moved my stop loss to break even at this high. Right, so here you can see my executions on the trade. I bought, oh no, it was 6 contracts, sorry, not 8. So I bought 6 contracts and I sold 3 at this high, as you can see. So 3 contracts off there, 3 contracts off at the high. And yeah, it was a big trade. I think it was about $270 to $280 for me. Not huge, but my accounts are not scaled too much yet. But yeah, still a very nice trade. If you do want to learn this strategy, If you did like this sort of video where I actually talk you through trades I've actually taken, let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in learning this strategy and watching me trade in my Discord for completely free, join my Discord. The link is in my bio. It's going to be a great community. You can ask any questions, learn this strategy alongside me. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see you all in the next one.